Books. Put HB into the chat if you are just so excited about the vision of Mr. Halton Books. Please, this individual has broken all of the records when it comes to home-based business and freedom, and just from his blueprint, have created over 100 millionaires. So I need you guys to realize the leadership that we have here. So, Mr. Jake Parton, I want you guys to take notes. I need you to take in what he's about to share. And this individual, I actually watched with my own eyes. This individual hit nearly $1 million, $1 million in business in just 30 days. Okay, 30 days. Look, brother, I'm so excited about this call. I really, really am. I'm excited to hear from you and Mr. Gibson. I can see he's on the line. So, look, let's get to it. Let's make it happen. And, yeah, let's do it, bro.
Amazing. Thank you, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Put some EWs in the chat for Mr. Ward. I love sharing Elliot's story. Literally, I remember him coming down to Devon and having literally £12 in his bank account. And then this individual went on to hit a rank of Emerald, which is, a six-figure position within the company. And he's now got a global organization, multiple streams of income because of this environment. Okay. Really quick about myself. I've been a part of this platform now for 6 years, almost 6 years. Before that, I was a firefighter. It was a great experience becoming a firefighter. But over time, it just became that same old mundane lifestyle. Then got a job working in a factory, earning, just over £2,500 a month, working 37 hours a week. Wasn't necessarily something I was passionate about or I was enjoying. I was literally there just for the money. And for me, I saw people living a crazy lifestyle on social media. Okay. And over time, that depressed me. Okay, I'll be honest. I wasn't like a negative, jealous, envious person, but I was frustrated with why can't I do that? I wanted to train in the gym on a Wednesday at 10 a.m. in the morning. I wanted to wake up when I was done sleeping. I was sick and tired of someone else, another grown man, telling me when I can get off when I can use my phone, when I'm hungry, you have to eat between 12 and 12:30. Well, what if I'm not hungry then? Right? Can't fly first class because I don't pay you enough. Can't live in this area because I don't pay you enough. You can't leave Birmingham because that's where your job is. So I was basically trapped. And I was there for 6, 7 years, and I just hit a point of like, what is next? And because a lot of people they're scared of the unknown. I was scared of the known. I was around people who were at the same place as me for 15, 20 years longer than me, and they were living the same life. And I'm like, this is crazy. I need something different. Drop different in the chat if you can relate to what I've just shared, and you're looking for something different. Okay, that's actually the company's hashtag. It's hashtag just different. Okay. Now, what happened to me was I attracted an individual into my life. He's actually on the line today, Mr. Darren Gibson. I did my research into success. I found personal development, Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad Poor Dad, The Secret, Law of Attraction. And I realized that there's a lot of people that read these books, but it remains shelf-help instead of self-help. There's a lot of people that read the books, but if you check out their lifestyle doesn't really resemble what's going on in the books. Think about it. Anyone can go, if you go to the airport, you go to the library, W.H. Smith, whatever it is, there's going to be books on success. Well, why isn't everyone walking around successful, right? What's the difference? What's the gap? I believe that gap is mentorship. Okay. I believe that gap is, like Elliot said, it's finding someone who has the results that you want and basically allowing that individual to make decisions for you. Drop a yes in the chat if that makes sense. I pay people, right, to make decisions for me. I said last night on a call that it's a very wise thing to say or ask a mentor, hey, listen, based on my goal, what do you think I should do? That's a very good question to ask. Does that make sense? Yeah. So that's what I've done with this individual. I saw Mr. Darren Gibson. I remember jumping on his Instagram and, seeing him on jets with the likes of Mr. Bob Proctor. I know personally how much it costs to work alongside Mr. Bob Proctor. I went to the Matrix event. I actually remortgaged my home, cost me over £20,000. Everyone in my family and friends thought I was absolutely crazy. I thought I was crazy because when you're breaking the generational curse, I like to say the enemy, right? The enemy is going to go crazy and try and pull you back. And guys, so what I'm saying is if you're feeling those thoughts, that's normal. You know what people do is that a win, they feel those thoughts, they feel the fear and go for it anyway. That's courage. Okay. That is courage. And you know, I met this individual. He was the I like to say the future potential self. He made this industry attractive. Network marketing. I'd never I kind of heard of, you know, through different people. You know, I was talking to someone today and he had a certain perception about rich people. And I said, well, why do you think that like that? Who told you that? I don't know. Right. It's we learn how to be average from our environment. We learn how to struggle from our environment. And I saw that this individual was getting the results that I wanted. I saw people looking up to him. He was multiple six figures at the time. He's now doing a multiple seven-figure income. I will say disclaimer when it comes to that because you know income claims and all that, but you know for real, guys, for those that know Darren, you understand the sort of lifestyle that he's living. You can't accidentally manifest, you know, being mentored by, you know, some of the eight, nine figure earners that Mr. Gibson is being mentored by, the likes of Bob Proctor. And I've just done exactly what he said, and we've got an amazing environment right now, and I'm super grateful for that phone call that he gave me in 2021. I just quit my job, and he said, Jake, we're launching with this new company. Okay. This company, it's travel, it's trade, but most importantly, I'm working with an individual called Holton Bugs. Okay, Holton Bugs, guys, is the Michael Jordan of the online income business space. He really is. He's the first individual to earn over $1 million a month. And when Darren gave me the call, it was yes, let's do this. Okay, since that moment on May the 4th, 2021, mine and my wife's lifestyle has gone through the roof. Mr. Darren Gibson has led me to success. This individual was the best man at my wedding. So he's not just a mentor to me, he's a brother to me. And I'm really, really appreciative for his time. So I'm super excited. I've actually got some questions. I'm going to be bringing Darren up and asking him some questions like a podcast saying. So if you are a guest, you know, sit tight, take some notes. If you do not want to raise your income in 2024, this is not the call for you. Okay. If you don't want to manifest more life, this is not the call for you. But drop a yes in the chat if you are ready to listen to what has made Mr. Gibson the man he is today. Drop a yes in the chat. Mr. Gibson, are you there?
I'm here. I'm here.
Amazing. Thank you for your time, brother. How are you?
Oh, fantastic. How are you?
Amazing, bro. Amazing. So yes, we you know, Mr. Gibson, we've got some, you know, guests on the line that are looking into what it is that we do and how they can potentially benefit from it. Obviously, you know that there is some already partners on the line as well that are eager to hear from, you know, how you've got the results that you've got. I got some questions for you, Rob, but you know, but real quick, you know, why don't you share your story, your background, and you know, what was you doing before this industry and working with, you know, the likes of Mr. Bob Proctor and Holton Bugs?
Um, well, I was in college and you know, living the broke, busted, disgusted life, trying to figure it out. Well, actually, I wasn't trying to figure it out. I was having too much fun in college, and you know, I hate when people say, "Man, I'm really looking for an opportunity," and in reality, most people are looking for security. They're not really looking for an opportunity. And because opportunity, it's the unknown. Security is two different things. So me, I always knew I would do something. I played ball, I played basketball. And when that didn't pin out for me, changed my major 4 or 5 times and met a guy who was a multi-millionaire. He's one of my great friends today. My roommate actually introduced us, and he told me he was being mentored by a guy named Bob Proctor. And I've always been the type to want to go to the one that's teaching people how to cook, not just the people that know how to cook. I want to know the teacher. And so went out to seminar, made a decision. I've always been a fast decision-making person. Made a decision to go out there that weekend, and the rest is history. I started off as a consultant, working with Bob, and then through Bob, met his wife, Linda Proctor, and through Linda, met some other phenomenal mentors, John Maxwell, you know, people that we look up to, and through them, always was connected with Mr. Holton Bugs. Always studied his information, fell in love with it. For one, he was African American. No offense to line, but I was African American. He related to me.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody making that type of income, and it wasn't just the money. It was the lifestyle. People don't follow money because everybody has a different goal in mind.
Hmm.
Everyone has a different success in mind. But we all want the same. We all want essentially the same thing. We all want money, um, time and money freedom, and we want to be able to do the things we want to do it whenever we want to do it and how we want to do it. So I was looking to go into a well-designed life and not an undesigned life, and I knew I had to be around the right people. So met Mr. Bucks 2.5 years ago. Rest is history. He helped me go from where I was to where I am today.
Hmm. And with all the different ways of making money, bro, why did you choose, or why do you think you've attracted, and why did you choose the industry of network marketing? Was it mainly people for you, leadership?
No, I've always been a great student. I didn't want to lead anybody. Hell, I just wanted to get rich. I mean, when you first started off, we got to stop saying, "Now I really want to help people." No,
Right.
you need to be getting helped. You need to be getting helped first, right? So I was just following directions from what my mentor told me, or he wasn't a mentor at the time. I sat down with Bob Proctor, and I remember I had 20 minutes. There was a red light for 20 minutes, and because he had a lot of different people that he had to talk to, and he said, what lifestyle do you want to have? And I went on talking about all the things I wanted to do, travel around the world, retire my mom and dad at the time, um, and which my dad retired now, um, and just have a lifestyle for my wife and my kids, just have my life on my own terms. I didn't know what that looked like. And
Mm.
I knew that my way wasn't working, so I had to try somebody else's. And Bob was just the person I listened to at the time, and he always leveraged up network marketing and in ways that you could help a lot of people. You can see, you always measure what you put in. You can never measure what you're going to get out. And I didn't know that I was going to get all of this.
Mm.
But honestly, it wasn't just Bob. It was the person that brought me to Bob too. He was doing millions a year. He was 28 years old. I flew out to him. He picked me up in his Ghost and his Lambo, and he's 28 years old. He was living better than my mom and dad combined. So it was just a different lifestyle. So it wasn't just Bob. I know a lot of people say, "Man, it was Bob Proctor." I got the whole experience, right? I got the
Right.
whole movie. I didn't just get the commercial. So I saw a lot of young people making income. I saw a lot of older individuals making income. So and I thought that network marketing was um, was like selling products, and in reality, it had nothing to do with selling products. It had everything to do with building networks. If you want to make a six-figure income, you're gonna sell products. If you want to make a seven-figure income on a monthly base, you're gonna have to build leaders. You're gonna have to build networks, and that goes in hand with anything that you have. Real estate. I was talking to one of my barbers the other day, and I'm like, dude, you're a workaholic. You work too damn much,
Right.
and it's all because he has one person cutting hair, and that's him. And I said, dude, you got to get into the networking field. You got to have some other people cutting for you. So network marketing is in everything. It's in church. My mom and dad, had my dad was an assistant pastor at a different church, at a church, and they needed what? They needed people, right? So everything, banks, you need people. Gyms, you need people. So I think network marketing just has a bad name in people's mouths because of people not taking full responsibility. I'm not saying that there are some companies that have probably put a bad taste in people's mouths, but there's some really great companies there. And name one thing that doesn't put a bad taste in your mouth. If you look up love, you'll see hate. So
Right.
wherever there's good, there's bad. Wherever there's bad, there's good. You just got to figure out what floats your boat, and don't find an opportunity that fits you. You find an opportunity that you want to fit into.
Yeah.
I don't follow companies or products. I follow leaders. The leadership tells me um, if this is going to be a good product or not. And because I don't give a damn how great your product is. If you don't have a great marketing plan, if you don't have a great leadership, and you don't have a leader that is disciplined, you're not going to win. You're just not. Um, unless you create your own stuff and whatever it is, but that takes too long. There's two different images what Napoleon Hill talks about, and I won't get into all of that, Jake, because I know we're tight on time. But one of those is you follow somebody else's plan, like you just said in the beginning, and you just do exactly what they tell you to do. God said leave footprints in the sand, not butt prints. So I look for leaders that left footprints in the sand and not butt prints.
I love that, bro. I love that. So a couple of questions now about like success and failure then. So, you just talked about how people because they're not consistent, they join something like this, whatever, they can't stay consistent for more than 30 days and they turn around and blame the industry, whatever it is. I think it's mainly to do with money. I don't think it's network marketing. I think it's a money thing, and how we're conditioned. But why do you feel, what's the biggest reason why you feel like people fail and when it comes to like this journey of success? Obviously, me and you, we saw a lot of people come and go over the last 5-6 years. Why do you feel that people fail? 'Cause it's one of the biggest fears, right? Scared of being failed. So it's good to know how not to fail. So why do you think people fail?
People fail for different reasons, but I would say for the people that I've seen that were I've seen some individuals that I knew could make a high seven figures, a high six figure, be a damn good leader, great networker, and majority of the time, most of them have stopped because of emotions. So I often tell people when I'm mentoring them, get your emotions out the way, because emotions will keep you broke and emotions will get you rich. And a lot of people, they get too emotional. They play the blame game. Oh, my leader's not doing this. Oh, he promised me this and he didn't give me this, or this, whatever the case may be. You got to get your emotions out the way, because it's called drifting. And if you go read the book Outwitting the Devil, which some people approve it, some people don't, but Napoleon Hill's speaking to, quote unquote, I like to say bad energy or whatever it is, but he says the devil, and it's called drifting. Remember that God can only create opportunities for you. The devil can only take your past and then keep putting your past in front of you to make you emotional, to take you out. The devil can't create any new opportunity. So when you understand that,
Wow.
you understand that when it comes to business, I try to work on my emotions. That's why one of the reasons why I trade, I'm not a trader, I'm a profit snatcher. One of the reasons why what I do in my trading is it makes me less emotional about money. And when I got to Mr. Bugs and saw how much money he's lost, saw how much money he's made, and I never forget, I lost like 100 grand on one occasion on one day. And I went to Mr. Bugs and I said, "Hey man, I just lost 100,000." And he looked at me, he said, "Go find some more problems." So when you got mentors that are telling you go find some more problems, that means that 100,000 was very, very small compared to where I want to be. And I find it funny that people cry about 1,000, but their goal is six figures. People cry about $100, but their goal is 100,000 in a year. So what your behavior pattern tells me what you're ready for. Right now, I can show you right now, Jake. Right now, I'm negative $12,000 right now. Yeah, I'm not even flinching. Why? Because I've lost. I know how to take the bullet, and I know how to loot. I understand income, and I understand how and how to multiply it. So why would I get emotional about something where I know I can get it back? Why would I get emotional about it? If I know I can get something back, why would I get emotional about it? So that's one of the reasons why I love trading. It's not just to make money and get a profit. That's obviously what you want to do, but I don't wake up every day and trade all day. I'm a leader. I like to build leaders. I like to help people and shift their paradigms. But this right here helps me more, so I'm not as emotional, because emotional beings. Now we all are emotional beings, but you got to learn how to control your emotions.
Right. Responding versus reacting.
Yeah. So I love, that's why I have something called Learn to Win. You learn a lesson, not a loss, and you win some, you learn some. I believe John Maxwell got a book called Learning Forward, or Failing Forward. It say fall backwards, it says fall forward. And that's why I think that most people don't give the networking side time, because people that because when you join the business pays you based on the personality and the person you are today. But it'll pay you for the person you become tomorrow. Does that make sense? So that's why most people are looking for a fairy godmother. They're not looking for an opportunity. They're looking to get rich, and they blame the whatever they're in based off of their baggages that they brought inside this business. The baggages was already inside. So now you want to blame something. We always play the blame game. That's why I call it be lame, be lame. They're being lame going to their goals. You can't blame that. No, man, I lost all. Darren, I'll never forget. I used to hear people say, man, Darren, because of this business, I lost all my friends. Well, what were you being a weirdo? What were you doing with your friends? Well, man, I was calling and blowing them up, and no, that's weird, dude. You were being a weirdo. You would have lost me too. And another thing too, if they were your friends, how the highest way to get in this business is $1,350. Let's say $2,000. Your friendship was worth losing after $2,000. That's not a real friend. Not in my eyes. Man, I lost my wife don't like me anymore because I'm doing this. How long y'all been together? 10 years. She don't like you because you're doing it. Okay. Now we get a divorce. For $2,000, a divorce? Now you're about to spend more money in divorce. You're being emotional. No, so all network marketing does, Jake, is it reveals character. It doesn't just build character.
It reveals who you really are and the relationships that you think that you have and what you don't have. That's why I love it so much. It protects your energy as well.
Yeah, that's why I tell people all the time. I say, hey, listen, hey, Darren, man, I'm a leader, dude. I can do what you did. I went diamond in 2 weeks. I believe it was a week, but let's say 2 weeks. I went diamond in 2 weeks. I don't know who the fastest diamond is. I don't know who the fastest one is, but hey, man, Darren, you went diamond in 2 weeks. I can go diamond in 2 weeks too. I'm a multimillionaire. Money doesn't make you an influencer. We've put baseball players, NBA players, football players. They're normally the brokest ones that join the business. You know the ones that are really killing it. They're ones that don't even understand income, and they're broke, busted, disgusted, and all they know is that they are hungry. I love working with people like that. I love working with people that's like, I don't know that I want to build this influence. No, I tell people all the time, hey, listen, you think you're influential? Join this business. Let's see how influential you are.
Right. Guys, put some fire in the chat for this. This is some real stuff, man. This is real talk right now. Okay, Darren. So obviously, you've got some crazy success. Number one income earner in the company right now, helping a lot of people. What would you say is your biggest contribution to your personal success? Obviously, it's going to be a lot of opposites of what we just talked about, but what do you think you would say is your biggest strength and contribution to your success in this industry?
One of my biggest strengths are communication. I know how to communicate what we're in, and I know how to make the communication very attractive. Mm-hmm. And I do I try to every month, every call that I have, I want to make it a lot more attractive than what it was the last call. I want to be able to not sound like everyone. I want to be myself. I want to be authentic and real. Yeah. And I also be raw as well. And that's why I don't tell people that this business is easy. It's probably one of the hardest things you're ever going to build. But once you build it properly, it's going to be the most worth it thing that you ever built. And I believe that the reason why my retention is so great when I bring somebody in is because I tell them the level of expectation that they need to know before they get in. You remember, people get married because of excitement and love. They get divorced and then it turns into a business. So if you understand that, people sign up for your business because of excitement and they love information and they're fired up. Mm-hmm. But when they quit, it's all business. They blame you. They never blame themselves. So what I do is I always sit down with an individual. Hey, what's your goal this year? Man, I just want to make additional $10,000 a month. Have you ever made $10,000 a month? No, never. Okay, let me explain something to you. It's going to take some time. I want you to give this a year. If you can't commit to a year, then I cannot commit my time to you. If you can't be committed for 1 year, I am not going to commit my time to you. This is not a, you don't have a baby and say, I don't like the baby and then throw it in the trash. Well, I'm not, hopefully you don't. I don't know. But hey, I don't like this baby. I'm done with this thing. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. Or you shouldn't do that. You can do whatever you want, but you shouldn't do that, right?
Right.
And I believe people treat this like it's a they hear about the numbers that we've done or we're doing and the people that we're helping, and they think that they're going to get those results. You got to remember, I've been doing this now for 10 years now. So people look at my calls and they see, wow, Bob Proctor, John and Mr. Holton Buggs. Wow, this guy is, man, if I get in for 10 minutes, I'm going to have his results. No, it don't happen that way. We will tell you this, though. When you have a 9 to 5, I want you to go to your next 9 to 5, if you guys have one, and it tells you how much money you're going to get paid hourly. It tells you what you need to do, tells you when you need to eat, and there's nothing on the contract that says this is the year that you're going to have your freedom. Doesn't say that. The blessing is when you look at our comp plan and you look at what we're working with and how much money, $5 million a month that you can get paid. That means $1 million a week that you can get paid. So here it is. Wow. Okay. And you get to now, Darren, I don't need $1 million a week. Okay, perfect. That's probably your problem. You're going for your needs and not your wants. You need to start going for your wants so you can help people in need. The world is around the people that get what they want. And the reason why you have a job is because somebody that you're working for wanted to employ you. Mm-hmm. So what I saw, Jake, in this business, I know Kara, I know Fraser's wife, soon to be Aaron, and then you got my assistant Kara, and then you got Thad. I never thought that this business was going to allow me to employ people. Mm-hmm. I thought it was network marketing. What? But here it is. I'm calling out 35 billion when it comes to our goal collectively as a whole. So if I'm thinking about 35, I got to think much bigger, much sooner than what I'm really in right now. No, Dan, it's going to. So that's what happens, Jake. It's just like you're driving a vehicle, your car. You can't see everything in the dark. But I believe the headlights go 100 feet, whatever it is, or I don't know what it. I had to take the test like 2 times. You guys get my driver's license. So just I don't know what it was, but here it is. You can't see the whole picture. Yeah. You can't see all that. You got to just keep driving it. And each time you drive it, your vision gets bigger. So that's what took me, Jake, my very first time to go diamond. It took me 2 years. Why? Because my vision wasn't clear. King Solomon says it best. He says, and all you're getting, get understanding. So how do you get understanding? You get understanding by you being around people that understand it. You don't get understanding by you reading books. Reading books excites you. Reading books is like getting high on your own supply. You should do it, but you got to be around the fire pit. You got to get tested. So that's what I think about this business, Jake, and I love it because it's tough times never last, but only tough people do. And I tell people have all the time, have that trampoline skin where whenever you go down, guess what? The higher you went down, the higher you're going to go up. Trampoline skin. So my very first time, Jake, took me 2 years for me to go diamond, almost 2.5. I think it was 2.5, but let's say 2 years. And then here in this company, it took me 2 weeks. Why? Because my mentality shifted, my understanding shifted. I've been around people that are and now around a lot of people that are very successful and doing what we're doing. I went to every event. I went to every deal that people, I didn't matter. I was going to pay the money. I was going to pay. You're going to have to pay the price. You're going to have to pay the money. So Jake, that's what's going to make and differentiate the whiners from the winners. The whiners only just sit, and it's not a winners game. It's a winner's game. Mm-hmm. No, get away from the babies and get to the adults. So you got to go around those people that are winning, and you start listening to what they say. You start seeing the things they do. You start hearing the things that you'll start seeing them losing certain things and they're not complaining about it. You start hearing the deals that they're in and you'll come back home stronger. You'll come back home with the thicker skin and that trampoline skin mentality. You'll come back home with something different. Can't be around the same people and expect you to change. and then you tell them what books you read, and then you fire them up and you try to look like a motivational speaker. No, you got the same results. Results is the name of the game. The Bible says, by the fruit you shall know them. So you got to look at the results and see if you're growing. I'm a result-oriented person. I'm not a goal-oriented person. Set goals for yourself, but I am a result-oriented person. I'm very, very difficult to work with, because if you tell me that you want something, I'm going to sell you every day on your goals, and you're not going to sell me on every day why you can't. I promise you. But if we start playing tug of war, I'll drop that rope and I'll let you fall backwards. I don't chase anybody. It's tell me what you want and I'm gonna show you how to get it. You got to do exactly what I tell you to do. Don't try to change the Kool-Aid up. Don't try to put a little more sugar in there. Don't try to change the cookies up. Do exactly what I suggest. And the problem is, Jake, most people are chokeable, they're not coachable. That's just the name of the game.
Mm-hmm. So what I got from that is obviously a lot, but you said, the main thing is you're persistent, man. You're persistent. Like you said, 10 years. You started off the answer with 10 years. You've been doing it for 10 years and you're coachable.
But what the beautiful thing is, you can use my 10 years and we can change your results into 10 months.
That's what I was going to say. That was going to be my next question. So anyone new getting started, the people that come behind you should succeed a lot faster, right?
For sure. If you can't teach somebody to do it faster than what you've done it, then all you did was just get a success and you really didn't learn from the success.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I see a lot of diamonds, not just in our company, but a lot of diamonds, and that's a 7-figure rank in most in a few companies. Some people that got diamond, that it's a different compensation plan. Ours is a 7-figure rank, meaning you can earn up to $20,000 a week. Well, I've seen people do it all the time. They went diamond, they can't even teach them. They can't talk about it. They don't know how to show it, because they just reached the success. I don't want to just hit a goal and the goal doesn't change me.
Right.
If I hit a goal and the goal doesn't change me, I'm only going to have short-term success and I'm going to go backwards eventually. And then I'm going to be more depressed than anything, because when you finally got something and then you go back to where you were, you've now gotten a taste of something different on the outside world that you were living in. See, that this is why poor people don't know, because poor people don't see. This is why when you take a poor person out of that small little shark, right? You take that shark out the tank and you put the small shark that's in the tank, same shark, put him inside the ocean. See, I say it all the time. Some of you guys, you think it's just a quote. Put him inside the ocean. The shark has seen bigger sharks now. The shark is seeing how the sharks are eating now. Now its appetite got bigger. That's what happened to the shark. The shark's appetite got bigger, and now the shark is eating more than what it normally would eat, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It will get as big as it possibly can in the ocean. You put You put that shark inside the tank. It's like that frog analogy. The frog is going to stay inside the water, and it's going to boil and it's going to stay there until it cooks. But if you take that frog and you put it inside a hot boiling water, it's going to jump right out. That's what happens when it comes to environment, and this is why most people stay stuck to where they are, because they don't know what they don't know, and they don't even know they don't even know. That's why we always say, how do you escape from a prison if you don't know you're in one?
Mm-hmm. That's why it's so important to get to events. We got Houston coming up. We got obviously the one in London this weekend. Because of that, I remember going to your home, your mom and dad's home, the one that you basically bought for them, and just seeing how they live. Like that's I didn't even know that I was going for that. I didn't know what money could do. I wasn't around money. So being around you and just seeing you spend money on, and you were mainly spending it on other people, getting the bill all the time, getting loads of shots in, right? And just having fun. I was like, this guy could just have an abundance of fun. He can do whatever he wants. That is and create experiences. That's what you're really good at, bro. You're really good at creating experiences for people. And I've taken that on board, and that's what I try my best to do with my leaders as well. So amazing. So Darren, real quick.
Also too, Jake, what you got to start selling, the not just the opportunity, you got to start selling, because you just said you never knew what money can do. And if you don't know what money can do, then you're always going to work for it and you're always going to chase it.
Mm-hmm.
Money needs to be attractive. Money is shy and timid.
Mm-hmm.
Poverty will suck you. It will suck you in to that magnitude and put you inside that funnel, and it will just keep bringing. I'm telling you, but earning income, there needs to be an attraction for that. So what needs to happen is not just how you can earn income, is how can my income earn money for me as well? Because money is made to be worked. It needs to work. Money, we fall asleep. We get tired. Money don't get tired. Money, when I say money, look at the people when it comes to network marketing. Now, it's always people over profits and not profits over people. But here it is. If we all understood that we all have our own networks. If we just put our networks together, do you know how big this thing can get? Do you know how many lives we can change? Do you know how many? But here it is. We got that past that keeps coming back and it's going in our face. Oh, I can't be a leader. I can't do X, Y, Z. And it's creating your future. No one's going to do this because of no. You have to make a decision and say, all right, listen, money doesn't go to sleep. When I go to sleep, the business is still growing.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to sleep and earn more income than when you were asleep than you could spend while you're awake. That's one of the things that Bob told me. I'm like, what? How the hell is that possible? I had no clue what he was talking about because my mentality, the way that I was programmed, I didn't know anything about that. So Jake, you need to start selling more of, dude, do you want your money to start making money for you and building a network where the network, it keeps growing, it keeps growing? Yeah. Okay, let me show you because I want you to think globally. I'm sorry, build it locally, but think globally. I'm going to show you how to do this. I don't know how many countries I'm in. I don't even know how many countries there are. I get on calls sometimes and they're like, man, I'm from Baba Shudu Dada. And I'm like, what the hell is that? What's that? All because of somebody that had a dream and a vision and had to build up the influence. And here it is. I touched this person, that person touched that person touched that. Oh, it sounds like a pyramid scheme. But stop, dude, everything's a pyramid. Your life is a pyramid. Everything's a pyramid. If you still say pyramid scheme, then you got the wrong network. You got the wrong network. That's what my friends were saying. Pyramid scheme. What the hell's explain what a pyramid scheme is? When you bring in one person and that person brings in, but that sounds like your job, dumb. Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, of course you didn't know. You don't think. 2% think, 3% think they think, and 95% rather die than think. Just start listening to what people say. They are not thinking at all.
Mm-hmm.
At all. If you don't like pyramids, then you might as well tell your mom and dad, why'd you have me? Because there's a bunch of line of people that are gone and that came before us. That's a pyramid, dude. Understand it now. Now, everything is a pyramid model, but make sure that it's a profitable model that you can get into where you're not being used. No, you need to be used, but you're not being abused. Okay, because we need to use each other. That's the name of the game. We need to use each other for us to all pick up each other and grow together. All right. So I need to give you guys that because people, you got to just tell them. See, this is why people like it, and they find me attractive, and they're like, man, damn, this guy's telling the truth. Yeah, the truth hurts, but secrets kill. I got to tell you the truth of how this thing works. And I don't want you just making money. I want you to know what to do with the money. Because what you don't want to be in is a position where something happens to whatever the business is, and you only had one source of income. Now you got to start all the way over. That happened to me before. And it's not a good feeling. And now you're like, I got to start all the way over.
I remember you said that to me in the beginning. You were like, Jake, would you be mad at me if I helped you get the 10,000 a month? Right? No. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you mind if the company compensated me for helping you get to 10,000 a month? No, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very glad that you get paid off my production because now you're more invested into my success.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a flip-flop mentality.
Well,
Course.
we all get paid off of each other's production, but we're using somebody's influence to get paid off of too. So when the real reason why, Jake, I really went into networking and I said, you know what, I'm going to do this with Linda and Bob. You know why? Their last name. I'm thinking, who's going to say no to Linda and Bob Proctor? So I said, I'm going to follow these guys, but I don't like to be a person that just joins something. I don't join anything. I'm a launcher. I'm going to launch something. So I don't want to be a part of something where nobody's going to give me the proper mentorship. But I understood that I had to qualify for their mentorship. So I had to show them what I can do before they said, hey, man, let's get to work and I'll work with you. But I knew that as soon as I can work very close with this person, I'm going to use the heck out their last name to create my last name. Yeah. That's the name of the game. I'm going to use this person. You know, the crazy thing is, Jake, while most people stay stuck, especially I know our team is really rock and rolling, and I want us to do much bigger, much faster, much sooner. If I had like 5 or 6 people that just use me in my name and in the time that I have, they'll go diamond really quick. The problem is, like we just said, it's lack of consistency. They do it for a week and then the paradigm kicks in and they get a great result the first day. They get a great result the second day. And see, there's 2 types of mindsets. When you first do it, you're like, damn, man, this is awesome. Now I'm going to stop and get into mentorship now because I got a little result. No, that my mindset is, why haven't I been doing this the whole time? I'm going to keep doing this. That's exactly what Jason does today. He's one of my youngest diamonds in my organization. Jason's like, I'm like, Jason, when he first got to 2,000 a month, 2,000 a week, and he was 20 something years old in our previous deal. Mm-hmm. I told him, I said, Jason, you got a big group, man. You can go ahead and, why you keep, give me on 3-way calls and launch calls? He's like, dude, why would I stop doing something if it keeps working? And I'm like, makes sense. Jason was my top earner at that time, my youngest. And then that's when Desi came in, and then she got to work as well and saw what Jason was doing. Said, I'm going to do the same thing. Mm-hmm. And then sooner or later, Jake, you stepped up and said, oh, Darren just brought in a girl named Desi. She just took off. Hey, Darren, man, can we talk? All right, I'm going to do exactly what you tell me to do. That's why I don't do 30, 60, 90-day game plans. Mm-hmm. I may tell you should do that game plan for yourself, for your own mental strategy. What I do is 7 days, 14 days, 21 days. Why? Because like I said, I understand the paradigm of how people think. You're going to call it the goal the first day and you're going to forget about the goal the 30th day. I know how you are. So since I understood the mindsets when I was consulting and Bob used to give me all those mentorship sessions, I said, oh, now I know how to mentor individuals. Now I know how to get people moving and get them grooving. So what I tell people is this: I'll give you 7 days and I'll work with you. Just 7. If you can't stay focused for 7 days, I don't know what I can do with you. I can't do nothing with a person that doesn't know how to stay focused. But if you stay focused for 7 days, watch what happens. So Jake, I want you all to start doing the same thing. You still work with them 30, 60, 90 days, but they got to qualify. If they don't keep doing you're not going to keep working with somebody that's not doing what you suggest them to do. Mm-hmm. It's called ask holes. They ask the question and then they throw it in the hole. No, I'm not going to give you my valuable information that helped me do what I did in previous deals and what I'm doing now in this deal. And you take my information that we could be selling. I mean, Mr. Holton Buzz can sell his information. Bob Proctor sold his information. All these different people, Tony Robbins, sell their information. We give it to you for free because you're part of a community. You got to use that.
So Darren, obviously our previous company was products. This one's trading, traveling. I know there's some people on the line that are not even involved right now. There's some customers on the line that are looking into the business, whatever it is. What's been your experience with Elevate Trade? I know you've already touched on it, but what as a leader, how good is it? Because I know how it feels for me seeing people that can't or don't really want to build a business, and they can still quit their job and still create freedom using trading. Like, how's that been for you?
It's been very different. But then again, my going back to your first deal, the products was very, very different. I never really sold the products. I became a product of the product, and I was selling me, and I was selling my leadership, and I was selling the company, and I use the product. So I used to say all the time on stage, you can't sell a dream looking like a nightmare. So I was always, having my drink in my hand, selling it, whatever, selling it based on people wanting to follow me because I'm attractive, not just in looks, but I'm attractive in personality. I'm attractive in all different areas. So coming to this company with trades, okay, for instance, the first deal that we had, Jake, was a product-based company.
Yeah.
Well, there's hundreds of product-based companies.
Mhm.
So it was my job to see how I can make this very, very attractive. And my leader's job as well. That's whenever you go into a company's looking for someone to make things attractive and to get them on a product that they're always going to love. Ryan just said super mix. I just had my super mix this morning. Just because I'm not a part of that company doesn't mean I'm not emotionally involved with it. The super mix doesn't make it something that so special. It was something that I was so much bought into. I bought into the idea of what we were in, and I fell in love with it. So I'm still in auto ship. They still get paid off of me monthly. So moving into this
We have
same
to.
scenario, same scenario, trades. Well, everyone's trying to do a trade, do the trades now. So it was our job, and Mr. Bugs is such a genius, and obviously the corporate as well, where we had to make this attractive. So Jake, like I said, it's different because I'm in a different ball game with technology and lifestyle. But it's kind of the same thing as what it was in previous deal, but it just wasn't technology. It was just lifestyle and looking, being in the right health and all that stuff. So we kind of took that conversation, that community mindset, and brought it over here to iBoom. It's still lifestyle. It's still you're going to see when you join our calls. We don't want you getting fat, filthy, and no, we want you getting wealthy and looking good while you're on stage. So we talk a lot about self images. We talk a lot about yes, we talk a lot about trades, and how things are different. But again, you can go to another company and find the same thing,
Mhm.
just not the same people. The people make the thing different.
Right.
The trade doesn't make the thing different. The people do. And we keep attracting the right people. That's why we're the fastest growing group in the organization. And we've only been a part of this for 2 years. So that just tells you why we're doing it. So it's different, but still the same. But success is not difficult. It's just different. You gotta learn how to adjust. And the reason why, Jake, I moved up, why I was attempting to change that was because Mary Kay and Manavi, and I don't want to call out shook it and put us right back on our shoulders. And that's when the money started to shift. The money started to shift, and the technology started to change. And I'm like, man, dude, I got all these people that follow me. I want to make sure that I'm in the right place at the right time, because in business, everything is timing. Business is not about just you finding the right product. You got to find the right deal at the right time. So I saw Mr. Bugs doing this. Matter of fact, we weren't even doing trades in the beginning. Jake, we went from just traveling, because Mr. Bugs saw that he said, man, dude, as soon as they open up the airports again, everyone, their mama's going to be traveling. And look at now I had a layover because there was too many planes in the air. How the hell there are too many planes in the air? I thought it was, how is that possible? And here it is. I'm looking at it like, man, wow, Mr. Bugs went into something that he got ahead of the races. Now, and I didn't even know that when it comes to traveling, that's one of the biggest business traveling is one of the biggest deals when it comes to the industry. So I want to join the industry because we're talking about doing 50 billion as a collective in the company, but my goal is 35 billion collectively as our team, including this group. Well, I got to see what the biggest thing is. It then trades at 7.7 trillion a day or something crazy like that. 7.6 or something. And I want to get my hands on that, but I didn't want to be this guy at my computer typing and learning. That's not my lingo. But I do like to say just the small little things like, hey, Darren, I don't want to be a trader because this looks too confusing. But I do want to snap some profits. So you know how the communication, I told you I want to change my communication. If I go to all my cousins, I went to all my cousins, hey, you guys want to learn trading? Man, hell no. Red and green, what's that? Christmas? I don't want to learn Christmas. And I'm like, no, it has nothing. It has nothing to do with that, man. I gotta refocus their brains into the real deal, because remember, people don't see opportunities the way the opportunity is. They see the opportunity the way that they are. So I got to learn how to communicate it in a way they understand. Same thing when it came to our products, Jake. I didn't go and say, hey, you guys want to go out and sell a bunch of products and take that pill, fart, lose 10 pounds. That's the sale that we're going to say. No, I didn't want to say that. It wasn't attractive. Right. And that's not my lingo. That's not how I do things. So I had to change up the way that I communicated things on for people to want to pay attention, to say, oh, wow, it's the small little things that we're going to teach you all how to communicate. You got to learn this with your kids. You got to learn this with your wife. You got to learn this with your husband. You got to learn this with your mom and dad. There's certain things I got to communicate differently to my parents today. So you're going to learn a skill that nobody can take from you, where when you do go out there and you have enough money through this business to start what you want to start, guess what? You'll have a network that you can bring with you. That's very important. You build a network here, you're utilizing trades and travel and all that good stuff that we have here, and you're utilizing our influence as well to build your influence. And then sooner or later, when you come up with new ideas and opportunities, you can use that network. You never have to start all over again. That's why we always say, change your network until it works. So when you find and build that network until it works, you should always be changing your network if your goal is to be in growth mode, because goals are you're always supposed to grow, right? Yeah. Because nothing remains and stays the same. So what you want to do is you want to keep changing your net, getting in the network. So like Mr. Bucks told me, Jake, he said, Darren, this is the reason why you should follow me. He said, you want to take my network. He said, this is one of the biggest things what you want to do. You know, I'm connected with, I'm not even going to say the names on here. And I got emails from different people that want me to do certain things for them. Jake, you know some of the names. And it's all because of Mr. Buck's network. And it's made my name 10 times better. I don't even utilize my Instagram as much. Why do I need to utilize? You only utilize the Instagram for you to get what? Networks. But if you got the right people, none of my billionaire friends you never see none of my billionaire friends on Instagram. Not knocking it, but I'm just telling you the way it is. I found the loophole and said, oh, I told you with Bob Proctor, I need to find a way to get close to the fire with them, because I want their influence, and I want their influential people, meaning building a connection. Because when you have the right network, you never go broke again.
I love that, bro. I love it. Drop some fire, guys. Drop some fire. So, guys, Darren, last question. We got some new people on the line, and it's going to be, I'm recording this right now, so people are going to more than likely watch it back on the replay. What advice would you give them, new people right now? Why is right now the the best time to get started, in this platform, whether it be just for the trade or the business? Just give people some, a call to action.
I believe that it's always the best time. Right. To do something different and to make a decision. And specifically with our group, it's probably one of the best times, because we went through some speed bumps when we first got in. Yeah. And we've understood how to smoothen out the path for a lot of different things. And even though we've done a few million a month in business, with a not so smooth system. Mm-hmm. Now what our corporation has done has made it even 10 times smoother. And you all get to get a success if the decision's made, the desire's there, the hunger's there, consistency's there, to get faster success. I'm not saying it's a race, because it is a marathon. But more importantly, what you want to do is I don't want you making a decision and you getting in and getting out. When I bring someone in, I want them to, like I said, commit themselves to a year. I'm always looking to build new relationships with people. Like I said, I'm very big on that. If I feel like you're just all hype and I really don't spend that much time with you. Jake, you probably don't as well. But like Jake just said, he's been in my mom's house. I'm a relationship builder. That's probably, Jake, the communication when you asked me the question, what really does it for you? I build relationships. Yeah. And relationships need to last. I'm a retention leader. I care about that. And also the biggest thing with Trade Buddy that we just blasted out that will probably take us, hopefully take us, not hopefully, but that probably will take us to our first billion, because Trade Buddy's just been just an outstanding deal that we just plugged into our community. And if we had Trade Buddy when we first started 2 years ago, I probably would already be Triple Crown Diamond. We got something that you guys didn't have, or that you do now have, that you guys can utilize. And more importantly, Jake, last thing, because I know we got you on the call.
Yeah.
When it comes to this, and why should they make a decision to get in, is because I've never seen a company that allows you to be a part of different opportunities within one opportunity. You'll know what I mean by that once you're in. We don't want you just getting rich on. I'll tell you my goal, as a leader. If you're in my community, I took it from Mr. Bugs. I want my people that I'm mentoring to earn 7 figures on a monthly base, if that's what your goal is, and 7 different assets and different things that we bring to the table. Remember, my goal is to create billionaires. It's not really a lot of millionaires. I know that I'm gonna have more millionaires than billionaires, but I believe that money's changed. If you guys are looking at me like billion, $1 million ain't a lot of money anymore. It's 2024. Maybe it's still a lot to you because of the environment you're in. If I made 6 figures, I would struggle. If I made $1 million a year, I would struggle. So I have to be the one, because why? Because each time my team gets bigger and bigger, that means you and also Jake's group and all of that stuff. There's more stuff you got to provide for. Remember, get what you want so you can help people in need. And there's a lot of people in need. So my mom and dad won't be able to live the way that they're doing and all that good stuff. My wife soon to be, all that good stuff. My kids, you have to, you're going to have the mentorship from people like us to guide you on how to think, not just what to think, but how to think, because it's very, very important. It's called Think and Grow Rich, not Work and Grow Rich. So you're thinking now, you're going to move from thinking to now working. I mean, from working to thinking. Mm-hmm. And when you change that working to thinking, you're going to understand how to move individuals, how to grow them, how to develop them, because the income you're earning right now is based on the level of your thinking. If you want a new level of thinking, join a new environment and get a new mentor. Not just a new mentor, it's good to have 2 or 3, not too many of them, because if you understand how the mindset works, but tag along and be a part of something where you can focus. And it's my job, Jake, because like I just said, 2 or 3, I want to be that one mentor for everybody. I want my relationships to be phenomenal. I want my communication to be phenomenal. I want my love for God to be even bigger and bigger and bigger, spiritually to be bigger and bigger and bigger. I want, my finances to be amazing. I want my business strategies. Jake, you know how I am when it comes to opportunities. I was blessed to just have a great intuition and opportunities and know what's going to blow up. I don't want anybody to move away from my mentorship. I want to learn in all different areas. And there's some mentors that's just great at earning a lot of money. They're not great at anything else. There's some mentors that's just great at relationship. They're not great at anything. I want to tackle all the opportunities, and I want to teach that to you all alongside with Jake, because Jake's getting very great at it as well, alongside with his emeralds and the diamonds that he has too. So it's the best decision when you make the decision. But the timing now is phenomenal. Mm-hmm. And what I would tell them for a call of action, Jake, the people that got started today, yep. I would send them this. The reason why I would send them this is because, for one, you got to study it, because there were some good things that Jake had said, Elliot had said, and hopefully you took some nuggets from me, because we want you to get moving in your first 24 hours to 48 hours. Yep. So you can utilize this video, because I guarantee if you're brand new and you wish that you had some other people on the line, put me in the chat. And you're brand new, first time on the call, never heard any information like this before. Man, damn, I wish my brother was on here. Man, I wish my cousin was on here. Man, I wish my next door neighbor. Well, we're going to allow you to use that for you to send out to those people and listen into. So, Jake, I wouldn't give this to everybody. No, I don't want them getting high on it. I want them to utilize it properly and reward the ones that make it. I believe it wouldn't be fair if I made the decision and Emma made the decision, but Leo didn't make the decision. No, it wouldn't be fair. So I believe that, you know, it's very cheap to get started in this business. The highest way is 1,000 plus for the pack. The cheapest way I believe is like 200 or something. I don't know, $100. It's bubblegum money. I call it bubblegum money, or socks and draws money. You know, you have the funds. You just got to get the desire. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I know how the mindset works, folks. I've been learning and trying to learn this thing for a while. When you don't not make a decision based off of how much something costs, you make a decision based off of if you want it or not. And when you don't make a decision, it's not because of the money, it's because you got distracted on something else. Right after this call, you're going to talk to somebody. Your dog pooped on the floor. The cat smacked the dog. Something happened. The kids, you got to change the kids' diapers. The kangaroo just kicked somebody else in the chest. I don't know what the case may be, and I don't know where you are in the world. I know how the mindset works. And as soon as you jump off, the energy goes down, and it goes down. I wish I had my little sand timer. It goes down and down. Before you know it, you start getting to your subconscious mind, and you're like, or subconscious mind is going to start whispering to you, you don't really need this anyways. I mean, we've been okay. You know, we don't even need all this stuff. That's why successful people make decisions fast. You have to be a person that makes a decision fast and watch what happens. But it's not going to be the best decision unless you make it the best decision. So what I would say is, Jake, get them started. Whoever gets started today, maybe we can do a matter of fact, we have our Sunday orientation. If you want to have your own orientation, Jake, we can have that. It could be 20 minutes long, and I can jump on there and we can talk about their first goal. Maybe the first goal is 10,000 a month or 5,000 a month. It doesn't matter what the number is. I want to be on there to support and help, and I want to make sure that they have a great success story in the first 24 hours. But after this call, all you need to do, ladies and gentlemen, just say, let's get you started. First and last name, email address. It's very fast process. Let's get you in the system, and let's get you moving and grooving in 24 hours.